What's going on? It is Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, here with you for another Prize Picks video. But today we're going to do NFL for the wild card weekend while I give you my 5 favorite NFL picks across the weekend. And there's a few that I dug that I really like. And if you don't have a Prize Picks account, click on the link below. Use promo code DFSArmy, get a 100% match of $100 instantly. And again, I'm giving you 5 free picks. Load them up, enjoy the weekend, and hopefully make you some money. So with that, let's just dive into this. But before that, if you like these videos, if you want more Prize Picks videos, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Lets me know that you want me to keep doing these things. And let's just dive into it. All right, as you can see, I have my 5 favorite picks already loaded up. I'm going to give you 1 through 5. The most confident, the first one I'll give you down to the least confident. And I'll give you my analysis for each one of here. So the number one pick that I like here is Leonard Fournette over 30.5 receiving yards here. So we know that Tampa Bay has been banged up in the receiving core with Godwin. We saw the absolute ridiculousness that AB did against that Jets game. And Lenny's been out the last 3 weeks with a hamstring injury. That might scare some people away, but he's designated to return here in this matchup. And he played Philly back in October, where he went 6 for 6 for 46 yards. And he's targeted a ton by Tom. Tom's been using him a ton. If you look at his targets, he hasn't had anything lower than 4, and that was a Chicago game. But the last 7, 7, 8, 8, 6, 9 targets. And he's racked up 33, 19, 48, 31, 39, 45 yards. Like I said, 46 against Philly. I think we're going to see something similar here. And so I want to be over on this number. I think it's way too light. I think it should be closer to 40. So it's by far my favorite pick here. The second one we're going to go to is actually a pretty high number, but Cooper Kupp over 97.5 reception yards here. This matchup against the Arizona Cardinals, we know that Matthew Stafford is going to lean on Cooper Kupp. He's done it all year long. There's no reason for him not to go back to doing this again. We just had this matchup back in early December on the 13th, where he went 13 for 123 against him on 15 targets. And now he's going to get targeted a ton. We know that's going to happen. And if we looked at the reception yards, they're just ridiculous. 118, 95, 109, 123, 129, 96, 122, 95. I mean, he's only missed this number a couple times. And again, in this same matchup against Arizona, where he went for 123, I just think he's going to target him often, and it should be over 100 yards. So I think it's a little light. I'd like to go the over on this as well. The third pick here is actually Deebo Samuel over a touchdown. Now, this is both passing or receiving. We don't know about Elijah Mitchell. I think he's going to play. He hasn't practiced this week. I'm doing this video on Thursday, so if he doesn't practice today or tomorrow, then we got to worry, and I love this even more. But even so, if he comes back, you have to like Deebo Samuel. Dude's an absolute stud. Yes, he's a wide receiver, but he plays a lot of running back. Even with Mitchell in there, he still gets carries. And if we look for anytime touchdowns, he's had a touchdown in 8 of his last 9 games. A lot of them coming from rushing. He's had a rushing touchdown in 6 of his last 8 games, and I still think, he gets a touchdown here. They're going to need him going up against Dallas here. I just feel like it's a spot where he's going to get another touchdown. They're going to find ways to get him the ball. They know he's just one of the best players that they have. So I like taking the over on and betting him to get a touchdown on this one. So the next play we're going to go here is Zach Ertz over 49.5 reception yards. Just looking at it, Cliff has come out and said that D-Hop is not going to play this game. So we should see a ton of targets here for Zach Ertz going up against the Rams here. He's just going to have to be used a ton. They're probably going to be back and forth game here. Seen a lot of targets the last 4 games, 10, 9, 13, 11. So he's going to continue to be used. He's had 84, 41, 54, and 74 reception yards there. And I think we're just going to continue to see him to get the ball. Doesn't do a lot once he gets the ball, but he gets targeted a ton and hit over 50 yards. I think he can get here. So I like the over there with no D-Hop. They're going to have to, lean on AJ Green, Kirk, and, I really like this over on Zach Ertz. I think it should be closer to 60. And the last one I like here, we're going to go here is Travis Kelsey over 65.5 yards. Now, I don't know if you watched that last game in Kansas City where Tyreek Hill basically was a decoy out there. He hurt himself against Denver, only had the one reception for 2 yards on 3 targets. He was out there in limited snaps. And just the last 3 games, 2 yards, 40 yards, 19. He had a blow-up game against the Chargers, but I just think that he's still going to be, hampered here, and I can see, Robinson and Pringle get some targets, but I really think Mahomes is going to lean on Kelsey in this matchup against Pittsburgh. Now, they're big favorites here. I get it. I think they're 12.5-point favorites, but I do think, Kelsey's going to get there. 65.5 just seems a little light. I know it's not the best matchup in the world, but again, they're going to find ways to get him the ball. And I don't even mind if you want to take a shot at the under on Tyreek Hill at 66.5 receiving yards, just because he didn't look right. And, it takes one big shot with him, but the way he looked and the way he was getting around, I wouldn't mind taking a shot on the under there. But, Travis Kelsey over 65.5 yards. I just think he gets there with Hill being messed up. So, again, this is a massive wild card weekend. There's a lot of things on the board here. If you're new to Prizepicks, again, use that promo code DFSArmy. Hit that link below to sign up. It's very fun. If you don't have a lot of time to do daily fantasy building lineups, it's fun to come in here, put a few picks in here, and sweat out some of these games and hopefully win some money. A few other ones that I was looking at that I did like, looking at these reception yards, Darren Waller is coming back from injury. But again, he actually torched this Cincinnati team for quite a few yards early in the year, where he went 7 receptions on 116 on 8 targets. He hasn't played a ton, came back last week, didn't do much, had 9 targets, 2 for 22. But again, they should be leaning very heavily on Waller and Renfro. And so I don't mind if you want to take a chance on the over on 53.5 reception yards, considering he doubled this early in the year against Cincinnati. And more than likely, they're going to be playing from behind, and he's going to be leaning on Renfro and Waller. And I think that's just too low of a number, and I like to take a chance on that one as well. So with that, if you like these videos, you want me to keep doing these Prizepicks videos, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you can win some money again. Let's enjoy some football this weekend. See you on the flip side. Deuces.